In this video, we will discuss the enforcement of dead ball fouls, multiple fouls, double fouls, and fouls that occur with the change of possession. Dead ball fouls are fouls that occur after a play ends and before the next play begins. They can be both contact or non-contact fouls. Dead ball fouls are almost always accepted because they do not affect the number of the next down. So, for example, on second down, A22 runs the ball and is tackled 8 yards behind the line of scrimmage. He then gets up and shoves B12 to the ground. Because it's a dead ball foul, the down counts, and it's going to be third down. B is going to accept this penalty because it's still going to be third down, and they don't have to decide between having the down counted or the enforcement of the penalty. They get both. Unlike live ball fouls, a team can have multiple dead ball fouls enforced in the same dead ball period. So, if B12 commits a personal foul for a late hit, and then Team B cusses at an opponent, we can enforce both of these penalties against B. We can also enforce unequal yardage penalties against both teams. For example, if R12 were to signal for a fair catch at his own 8-yard line, make the catch, and then take off running, and at the same time after the ball is dead, K4 hits R88 late, we would have to enforce both the delay of game on R and the personal foul on K. We enforce these in the order they occur. So we would take the ball back half the distance of the goal to the R4-yard line, and then 15 yards to the R19. We would then set the sticks on this spot. We also enforce dead ball fouls separately from live ball fouls. This means that if we have a live ball on B and then a dead ball foul on A, we will enforce both of them, starting with the live ball on B and then the dead ball foul after that. If the enforcement against B gets the ball past the line to gain, we would have a first down and the sticks would be set on the spot of the ball after enforcement of the dead ball foul. Dead ball fouls are always enforced from the succeeding spot. It does not matter where the foul occurs. Finally, any equal number of 15-yard penalties against both teams will cancel. If a team has more dead ball fouls against them than their opponent, any extras can be enforced. So, if we have a fight and 4 Team A players participate and 2 Team B players participate, 2 of these fouls for each team would cancel, and then the remaining 2 fouls against A could be enforced. There are 5 fouls that are exclusively dead ball fouls and 5-yard penalties. The first is a false start. The second is a snap infraction. A play cannot become live without a legal snap, so any type of snap infraction has to be dead. The third is all of the delay of game penalties, and the fourth is encroachment. We need to remember that this is different than the other levels of football. Once encroachment happens, whether on the offense or defense, it's a foul and the play cannot become live. We need to make sure we flag this and kill it immediately. Finally, our free kick infractions. This includes not having enough men on either side of the kicker, pop-up kicks, and having a player other than the kicker being more than 5 yards behind the free kick line. 5-yard dead ball fouls can never cancel. There are certain fouls that occur while the ball is live, but are always enforced as if they were a dead ball foul. This includes non-player fouls, such as a substitute who enters the field of play while the ball is live but does not participate, or sideline interference, and all unsportsmanlike conduct fouls. These fouls are also enforced even if we have live ball fouls that occur during the same play. This means if Team A commits a hold and an unsportsmanlike conduct, we would enforce both. Or if Team B commits pass interference and Team A commits sideline interference, we would enforce both of these as well. They also have to be enforced in the proper order. So for this situation, we would enforce Team B's penalty first and then Team A. If the penalty enforcement against Team B gets the ball past the line to gain, we would have a first down for A, and the sticks would be placed at the spot of the ball after the enforcement of their penalty. These fouls do not affect the result of the play, meaning if we get a first down for A, they will have this first down after enforcement. If after the play we would have a third down, it would also still be third down after the enforcement. It also means that we are always enforcing these from the succeeding spot. The most important aspect of this is that it cannot take a score off the board. So, if Team A taunts his opponent on the way to the end zone, Team A still gets the score, and the penalty can be enforced from either the try or the kickoff. Multiple and double fouls are when we have more than one live ball foul occurring during the same play. Multiple fouls are when the same team commit more than one foul during the play. Only one of these fouls can be enforced. The coach needs to be informed at both options, and he can then make the choice of which foul he wants enforced. Remember, non-player and unsportsmanlike conduct fouls, though live, are enforced as dead ball and thus don't qualify as multiple fouls. Double fouls occur when each team commit any number of live ball fouls. As long as there is no change of possession during the play, these penalties will offset in the down replay. It doesn't matter how many fouls each team commits, as long as they both have at least one, they'll offset. We also don't care what the penalty yardage are for these fouls. However, if we have a change of possession, we might have different options that we need to inform the coach of. During a play in which we have a change of possession and a foul, there are a bunch of different factors we consider to figure out who has the ball and where it will be next put into play. The most important thing to remember is that the team last in possession of the ball must have clean hands before they get possession of the ball. This simply means they cannot have committed a foul before they get the ball. So if Team B commits pass interference before intercepting the ball, they can never keep the ball because they don't have clean hands. The team last in possession also has to decline any penalties by the other team that take place before the change of possession. Otherwise, if they accept the penalty, it's going to replay the down, and the other team could keep possession. Double fouls normally mean we're going to have offsetting penalties and have to replay the down. However, there is a situation in which a team would want to decline a penalty so they can keep possession. If Team B commits a foul after a change of possession, and Team A commits a foul before or after the change of possession, Team B can decline Team A's penalty and keep possession and have their penalty enforced like it normally would. We need to make sure we explain this option to the offended team so they know the choice they need to make to keep possession. Now, once we establish that Team B has gained possession with clean hands and any fouls by Team A have been declined, we can have penalties enforced after the change of possession takes place. The enforcement, just like with normal live ball fouls, is based on who commits the foul and where the foul takes place. If we have a foul by the team in possession behind where the play ends, we go back to the spot of the foul. Otherwise, all other fouls will be enforced from the end of the related run. This includes any fouls committed by the team not in possession, or a foul by the team in possession which occurs beyond the end of the related run. The rules of enforcement are important to know, not only by referees, but by all officials. Everyone needs to spend time getting to know forward and backwards how enforcement works in all the different situations that can occur in football.